let's just start with the order of things. When did you first conceive the idea for Match Point?
Where'd I get the idea?
When did you conceive it? Yeah, when did you have it?
Well, I can't tell you exactly when I conceived it, but it just, came to me like all my films come to me. They're just at random at some point.
When do you start committing pen to paper, when you actually get the idea?
When did I commit?
Yeah, like when you get the idea, and does it ruminate for a while?
Yeah, then I think about it. I get the idea, and I think about it for a while, and plan it. And that takes, depending on how lucky I am, it could take a couple of weeks, it could take a couple of months if it doesn't plan out well. And then I write it. Once I get to the writing stage, it goes pretty quickly, but the thinking stage is tough.
Tell us a story about Match Point. Let's just get that out of the way. We'll go ahead and do bullet points of Match Point, just the narrative. Tell us the story.
Tell you the story?
Yeah, like just give us the top line of the story.
It's about a, what I see it as about is about, the importance that luck plays in life. That life is so chaotic and terrifying and aimless and meaningless, and we all like to think that we have so much control of our own lives and of our destinies, and if we work real hard, that we're going to succeed. But you always hear people say, luck is nonsense. I make my own luck by hard work. And yes, hard work is important, but they are afraid to admit how contingent they are on chance and luck, because life is so contingent itself, so vulnerable and so chancy, that it's better to be lucky than good, as some baseball mind once said.
Throughout the film, Chris uses the word luck a lot. We're not lucky, we're not getting pregnant, or it's just a bit of luck. That character believes a lot in luck. Is that right? Would you say so?
The character?
Yeah, Chris, the one that John...
Yeah, well, the character knows about luck. I mean, it's not an obsession with them. They don't think about it as much as I do as the writer. I mean, I think about it, and stick the words in their mouth when it behooves me. But the characters, they mention it en passant, sort of.
What is it about him? When I talked to Jonathan last month in L.A., we were talking about his character. Is he kind of clinical sociopath, or does he have a real genuine passion or love for either the characters, Emily or Scarlett's character?
Oh, he's one of those guys that's not atypical, who's married to a very nice, lovely woman, and he loves her. But he's got a tremendous, passionate, lustful desire for Scarlett. And so he gets involved with Scarlett, and she with him. And it causes problems, because he does have a lot of feelings for his wife, and also has been seduced into a comfortable lifestyle, and is certainly not going to break it up for Scarlett, even though he can't take his hands off her.
Does he ever contemplate leaving her? I mean, his wife, when he has the conversation on the bench with his friends, is he just talking it out loud, or does he contemplate it?
He does think about leaving his wife, but the thought of it, he's become soft by the lifestyle that he's fallen into by sheer chance. He's fallen into a very cushy lifestyle and likes it, and it'd be hard for him to give that all up and suddenly do what with his life.
What is it about Jonathan Rhys Meyers that you think makes such a great Chris?
Jonathan is a truly great actor. He's gorgeous to look at. He's smoldering and intense and full of conflict and passion. You know, Jonathan's a guy who can't go to the corner to buy a newspaper without, you know, he's so full of feeling and so full of intensity all the time. And he's able to just let it out on the screen. And this is a wonderful thing. I mean, Marlon Brando had that kind of depth, you know, to the maximum, and he's got it. He's got enormous power.
And Scarlett, for that matter, we should just go right into talking about her.
Scarlett is a home run with the bases loaded. Scarlett's, you know, she's got everything. She's beautiful, she's young, she's sexy, she's a fabulous actress. She projects sensuality, she projects intelligence, she's got range, she can be funny, she can be dramatic. I mean, God, she flew all night from New York to London and got in at 7 o'clock in the morning and came right to the set, having not slept at all, and just came right in and did a complicated dramatic scene and did it brilliantly. And you know, it would not surprise me if she sang and danced and did card tricks. I mean, she's great.
Speaking of dramatic scenes, I'm wondering which one you're thinking of, or which one it is that she did right out of the bat, because there's two that
She what?
Right out what you're saying, right when she got onto set, one of the scenes that she had to do, one of the more complicated dramatic scenes.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm thinking of, could it have been? I love the scene where she's with Jonathan in the pub, and they're after she's drinking.
Yes, right. That's it. And she came in that morning, and as I say, and it was the first thing shot on her. She'd never been in the picture before. I didn't know her from a hole in the wall. I mean, I'd seen her at the wardrobe test briefly, and she just knocked it off. And you can see the scene in the picture. She's just fabulous.
In addition to those guys, I think I was wanting to talk a little bit about London and shooting there and what you inherited of act actors. A lot of your day players, I noticed, were fantastic. You got some really great guys that came in that play the detectives, the guy that rents the apartment in the very beginning.
Oh, I know, they're great. I was blessed with the picture. The picture, you know, every one-line part was played beautifully. I mean, it's like I couldn't ruin this picture no matter how hard I tried. You know, the script came out good when I wrote it. The Jonathan Rhys Meyers was available, just the kind of actor I needed for that role. Scarlett Johansson was available just when I needed her. Matthew Good was available. Brian Cox was available. Penelope Wilton. I mean, it was just amazing, and every little detail, you know, was there for me. If I had to get into a museum or a restaurant, it was no problem in London. If I needed it to rain, it rained. If I needed it to be sunny out, it was sunny. I mean, you know, I had such luck in making the picture. The picture's about luck, and I had great good luck making the picture. And one of the lucky things that happened was that every little one-line actor in the picture or actress was fabulous. They came in and they contributed something. They didn't just do the line and go home. They made it into something. Sometimes they ad-libbed. Sometimes they did the line as written. But they always made it into something. I mean, they were just wonderful.
Yeah, it shows for sure. The music, the choice of music, this opera, vinyl, it sounds like everything's just tragedy all over. Talk about choosing the music.
The music is opera because, for a number of reasons. One is that the picture is operatic. It's, you know, the picture is about all the things that opera is about, or so often about. You know, it's about lust and passion and jealousy and murder and betrayal and so I wanted an operatic score. And opera is so beautiful. You know, Caruso singing those songs is so beautiful to listen to. It's such a treat just to hear the music of the picture, because you know, what's not to like? It's Enrico Caruso singing Verdi or Bellini or Puccini or.
Yeah, it was gorgeous. Emily Mortimer has a great role in this. I've seen her. Did you see Young Adam, by the way?
Did I see what?
Young Adam, the film that she did with Ewan McGregor.
Young Adam?
I was wondering if you had, because she plays a character in that is antithesis of what she
Oh,
was in the
yeah. Is that the
show.
one she played the sexy girl?
Yeah, well, there's a bit of that.
I did. I saw Emily in Young Adam, and I'd seen her in something else. I can't remember what, but I always thought she was great. And I was thrilled when she agreed to play Chloe in the movie, because you know, I just felt I was so lucky to get an actress of that quality to do it. I knew the role would sing in her hands, and she said, yes, I'll do it.
But back to the London environment, it does play a really big role. There's some beautiful establishing shots that you managed to show London. What were some surprises when you got there, as far as just the lighting? Again, you're talking about the weather and things. Since you know New York City like better than anyone. London's new as far as having to capture it. You have new crew. Talk about some of the surprises you had.
Well, I wasn't trying to show London. I was, you know, in New York, I try and show New York because I have this passionate love for New York, and so I try and show it. London, you know, I didn't know that well, and I was just trying to tell the story. So when the story dictated that they were on London streets or in London movie houses or restaurants or in the London countryside, I picked the best looking spots that they took me to. They take me to a variety of spots. I chose the best houses from the ones they suggested to me, and the best streets from the ones they suggested. You know, I was blessed again with a terrific art director, a terrific costume person. You know, everything just fell in for me. I mean, I can't take credit for this picture, nor can I, or full credit, nor can I say that I can do this every time out of the box. You know, it's you really you do a lot of films. I always try and make a good film. Sometimes I do, and sometimes it comes out less good. But here, you know, I caught all the breaks.
Ah, so luck, the theme followed you.
What?
The theme of luck followed you as well.
Yeah.
So Crimes and Misdemeanors, it begs the question because the film and Match Point have some similar sort of plot points. Talk about why Match Point is so much more unique and different than Crimes and Misdemeanors.
Match Point is better than Crimes and Misdemeanors because it's much more fluid, and it's much less forced, and it's much less didactic, and it just flows naturally. You know, it's one is more, you know, cerebral than the other or something. This it's just, you know, I keep coming back to the same thing. I got lucky with it. I mean, the story just flows well. The actors were so good. They made the story just glide across the screen right. I mean, you know, I wish I could do it all the time. As I say, I can't.
Well, and I heard you saying something earlier in another interview, which I really like, which is that the process to you is still special. Would you explain in this interview why making
The process of what?
The process of making a movie? You've done it for so long, but you said something really lovely earlier today about why the process is still special to you about making a movie.
Well, the process of making a movie is the fun of the movie. The outcome of a movie, naturally, you always hope the movie will come out good. You hope people will like it. But realistically, if you're going to make movies on a consistent basis, as I certainly have for years, you know, there are movies people like and movies people don't like, or people like less, or not at all. And so when the movie's over, it's out of your hands, and whether it's liked or not liked, your life doesn't change very much. You know, they don't surround your house and tar and feather you if they don't like the movie, and they don't, lay 24 virgins on your door if they do like the movie. The end result is pretty much the same one way or the other. When you're a kid, you think things are going to change for the better if your movie's successful. But as you have experience, you find that doesn't happen. A successful movie doesn't mean that much, and a failure movie doesn't mean that much. But doing the movie, actually meeting with the art director and looking at the sketches and meeting with the costume people and going to see the locations and casting the actors and getting out there and shooting it and putting it together and finding the right music and all that, that takes up, 6 months, 7 months time, 8 months time, whatever it takes you. And that's pleasurable. It's therapeutic, it's pleasurable,